Park Chan-Wook returns with a new noir thriller from Korea, No Other Choice. This is actually, I was surprised, I didn't know this until the end credits, based on a Donald E. Westlake novel. This is the story of a man played by Byung-hun, who is a guy who works at a paper company, for many, many years, and suddenly he is, as the British would say, made redundant. An American firm buys his company and tells him, you need to fire X% of the workforce now. These are all his friends, his community, people he's worked with and grown with for years, and he has to suddenly start slashing jobs. And then suddenly I'm not going to tell you the whole story. Suddenly he finds that he is no longer the slasher, but the slashee. And then goes on this journey of trying to look for work. He's hopeful about looking for work and realizes after months he's not finding work, and finding that a lot of people who have worked at that or other paper companies, which is all he knows and what he's good at, have not been able to find work. Out of desperation, he decides, the best way to get hired for the position that I am uniquely able to fill, despite all these other guys who also think the same thing, the best way for me to get a job would be basically to kill the competition. So the basic thrust of this film is this family man who's at risk of losing his lovely home, and his special needs daughter who's maybe kind of a genius at playing the cello but needs special high-end classes because that's going to be her way to get by in life, and his potentially troubled son and his lovely wife, and the two dogs all depend on an income that he is not currently providing, that he feels like he can if there's, a much thinner labor pool to try to go up against. So it is this story of how an average Korean factory worker figures out a method and a plan to be the only guy on the hiring list. So this film is very interesting. It's very darkly funny at times, a little creepy at times, a little disturbing at times, and maybe a little bit long. It's 2 hours 19. So I didn't love it. I thought it was good, very good. But I didn't love it. I liked it, I didn't love it. It was very well shot, performed, written, edited. I mean, it was top notch. Park Chan-Wook knows what he's doing, and it was interesting. It's certainly, I didn't know much going into this. The trailers have played for a while in the theater, and I think the first time I saw a trailer, I was getting a sense of what it might be about, and I looked away. And luckily, in a film that is foreign language, it is in Korean with English subtitles, though there are long stretches of no dialogue in this. When I was watching the trailer, I'm like, well, I'm not going to hear anybody say the plot. So if I just look away, I'm just hearing music. And I feel like most of the time trailers that are in another language, when they make a trailer for an American audience, they either never show anybody talking, or they try to avoid letting you know that it's a subtitled film. So I didn't know much about this movie going into it. So as the plot was unfolding, I got an idea that it was some kind of a dark, nefarious thriller kind of thing. As the plot was unfolding, I never knew where it was going to go. And it does take some sharp turns that you never see coming, and in some very dark ones, as I say. So if you've seen Park Chan-Wook's other films, which I will keep talking mindlessly to kill time so that I can look over here and tell you what they are. If you've seen Park Chan-Wook's other films like The Handmaiden and Old Boy and Thirst and Decision to Leave, you get an idea of what to expect from No Other Choice. And I don't know if this is amongst his best, but I think B-level Park Chan-Wook is probably still better than a lot of people's A game, if you know what I'm saying. So this is currently in theaters. My guess is this is probably going to get nominated for some Oscars. Probably Best Foreign Language Film is my guess. If that is the case, you're going to see it stick around in theaters, or you're going to see it come back to theaters. Now, if you are watching this any more than a month or two after I record it, probably it'll be on streaming for you. You can watch it that way. But everything, I think, is better in a theater. And this film does have some very dramatic moments, some really good sound design. And it is fun to watch this in a theater full of people, which is how I saw it, and hear the audience reacting when these little surprise moments pop up, or these little surprise moments of drama or terror or comedy pop up. It's much more fun for the audience to get that group experience of absorbing the deliciousness of the plotting of this film. So currently in theaters, if you watch this, down the road, now streaming, Park Chan-wook's No Other Choice.